Welcome to 99th Monkey Liberty News for Wednesday, October 15th, 2014. Yesterday, Joel Scousen was a guest on Alex Jones, and it was a tremendous interview. And the part that I found most particularly interesting was when they talked about people who serve demonic entities and how to really have victory over darkness is through obedience to and relationship with God. And I'm not absolutely sure which of these segments that was in, but all the segments are here. So it was all excellent. It was a very, very helpful, informative, encouraging interview. From Mario Murillo Ministries, City of Houston demands pastors turn over sermons. Anise Parker, gay mayor of Houston, Texas, has issued subpoenas demanding pastors turn over any sermons, notes, emails dealing with homosexuality, gender identity, or her. This is one of the most clear breaches of the First Amendment imaginable. It was interesting a few years ago how when Christians used to talk a lot about abortion, secular government people and people in the political realm would want to talk about separation of church and state, saying that the church shouldn't get involved in state matters. And when that is not the point of the First Amendment. The point of the First Amendment is that the state not become involved in church matters, in the practice of faith. And this is exactly what's being done here. So very interesting development. And if you go to church, if you have friends who go to church, you may want to let them know about this. And we hear about how churches are becoming subservient to the state. And in order to stop that process, it's imperative that we have our Bill of Rights enforced, and especially that we keep the First Amendment in our practice of our faith. I saw this tweet from Mark Dice, and it caught my eye. Keisha sues over Illuminati MKULTRA mind control type of abuse. Considering how people who are movie stars, rock stars, really live, and how much they are in bondage to the system, how little freedom they have. Many instances, they're basically treated kind of like cattle or maybe like racehorses, and athletes as well. Especially athletes are kind of treated like prize racehorses. They're taken care of, they're well provided for, but they have to go perform. And that's their life, is their performance. So more and more people who are in the limelight are becoming aware of this, and not, of course, they're very much painfully aware of it, but are beginning to talk about it. So I think this is kind of a significant video, significant development. The science guy has come out, make statements that highlight the problems with GM foods. So I thought that's a nice development. This actually happened a year ago, and I just learned about it. But if even the science guy is telling people that genetically modified foods are dangerous, there's a little more hope here. And this is just a little interesting. It doesn't really impact significantly upon anything that's happening right now. From the memory hole was Gary Webb suicided to kill new book. And there's a film that has come out, Kill the Messenger. And it tells the story of what happened with Gary Webb. And certainly there's a lot of strong indication that he was suicided. From the Economic Times, controversial vaccine studies, why is Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation under fire from critics in India? I had mentioned this from a different point of view a few days ago, but I think it's significant that some more broad, more mainstream news outlets are beginning to tell this story as well. So this from the Economic Times, and why indeed, because kids got sick and died. And for the good news of the day, I have not focused on articles from removing the shackles for some time. Dee kind of took a route toward a remedy that the One People's Public Trust, that I didn't really feel drawn to. And that was mostly what she was writing about for some time. But I believe she is currently living in Africa, so I kind of wanted to find out what her take was on what's going on with Ebola. And this is actually from August, the Ebola outbreak, the pandemic that isn't. And I believe that she republished this a few days ago. So it appears that this is, from her point of view, this is a hoax. And there are a lot of opinions out there. And I do believe that they're trying to trigger some kind of a pandemic in the U.S. I'm not sure if it's Ebola or exactly what it is, but I'm very suspicious of any details that are being released in the mainstream. So hopefully it really isn't a pandemic, and I'd be very delighted if it's a hoax. Either way, it's crucial that we respond not out of fear, but out of wisdom and knowledge, and overcome. Thank you for tuning in for today's 99th Monkey Liberty News. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Hoping that you will love one another, take care, and enforce the Bill of Rights.